T side and Liquid. They're on that CT side. Twist got himself the smoker end along with the diffuse kit. The rest of the guys on big. Well, they've gone 3 sets of armor. Got B and Legia. They'd be picking up the utility for this one. They have that incendiary. That's going to help in the after plants, as well as that 2 smokes to try and get them out into the site. And 2 smokes to me does suggest the A play.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to be waiting for right now. Just stacked up outside the site. Next, got B. They're waiting down in main. They got Tabson holding over towards Ivy and Legia and Kiev. They'd be waiting down in Pop Dog. How things are looking right now, they could easily switch this one up and actually head in towards B. You can see the bombs looking curious about rotating, but no, it will now. Start to head in with Tabson.
The thing is that JDM's position actually allows him for rotating really quick into the CT connector. So they have 3 players already on the bomb side. Of course, Twist watching Ivy as he usually does. But JDM can rotate into the connector rather quickly. That means that they can have 4 CTs on the bomb side when the Terries want to go and take that side. And that's a very good setup for Liquid. Then they just need them back on hitting their shots. Right now, trying to find a little bit of map control, trying to find some positions towards B. This is not them saying, okay, we're going to go B. They're just looking for CT, see if they can find anything in the beginning of the round, any mistakes being made by Team Liquid, but no aggressive push is being done. Gold B is rotating it back with the bomb. They're setting up for the outside push, as we probably expected with the 2 smokes. And let's see how this one is going to work out. Elysian Nitro have to step up here. They're the 2 first men to contend this.
Yeah, going to go to throw these smokes in. Confusingly, we've lost the minimap. He's the first man down, so now the rest of the guys... Oh, what's JDM doing on the minimap? Look at this. What's happened? But anyway, look big. They're pushing out. Doesn't matter. We'll do our best to relay these positions. Going to be pushing into the site. Alige is forced back. He's the first man to fall from that site. The rest of the players going to start to come crashing down, but there's very little time left. Have to go for the bomb plant right now. And actually, they do manage to get it down. Twist and Lee's trying their best to fight back. They do manage to turn it into a 3-on-3. And how big, they've sent almost everyone into connector. Kiev and God B, they've fallen back into connector. Try to boost on over, but it doesn't lead to anything just yet. That boost going to allow them to know that this is where the last 2 players relied. And we're going to see Twist just go and try and stick the defuse. Going to get away with it as well, unless Kiev steps up. But no, he's going to fall to Alige. Liquid, they managed to get themselves that first pistol, and that's kind of come back to the issue as, you know, what they were saying on the desk. That's somewhat lack of firepower in this big roster. And... yeah, I mean, I think Kiev is one of these players who makes or break, you know, the big clan. I'll be honest with you. If he steps up in these matchups, then, you know, I think they're an amazing team. Tabson, you can always rely on for the most part. He's always going to do well. Next as well. But it's Kiev who's very inconsistent. And I think on train, having that AWP presence is pivotal.
It has to be him.
Yeah, we have to really see him start to shine as well.
And that was actually also like the first time ever that Big played was back in January in Germany as well. And that's where Kiev stepped up for the first time on a big stage, or on a semi-big stage, as it was a DreamHack Open. And he was the star of that team throughout that tournament. And he has to be that for them to win this game. Stanislaw pushing in, getting too quick. And the pistols of Big Clan are not good enough to stop this. Next now to 2 HP, 16 and 21, slowly being taken out. Kiev getting 1 with the deagle, but this is more of a consolation prize. They've got 2 kills so far, so if they get a 3rd, they'll be happy with the round, but definitely not like 100% satisfied. You always want to get something more than just the 3 kills. And there we have the game sound, finally.
It was feeling like a silent movie up until then. We needed the writing on the screen. But no, anyway, so Kiev, now that we can stop doing the audio description, he's going to be over here towards B. Has Next rendezvousing with him, so they're going to try and head into this one together. And there is one man there, that's JDM. He's going to be on the AWP. AWP, scout, but it's basically like an AWP at this point to these 2 players. They are both tagged within 18 HP combined. Next going to be taking up 2 of that. They throw in this smokes. Well, tough to follow. And that's going to signal the play. The rotate already coming in from Alige and Twist, but they have been allowed to get the bomb in. There's the slam dunk. Does manage to finish off Next. Kiev, last man alive here. 1v3. He is incredibly quick.
Yeah, JDM is very nice. Even though he got smoked and flashed off his position initially, actually really nice job from Big, knowing that, okay, that's probably going to be the position he's in. Smoke and flash him. He still rotates in, gets the nade in, gets the second scout shot in, and just finishes the round easily for him. 2-0. Big, of course, in this type of round, not really going to be investing too much. And just sitting around the 2K mark. A bit more for some of the players. Of course, Kiev going for trying to get that wall. Probably not going to be a big possibility unless he goes for it without any utility in the first buy round. So this is going to be surely a round that Team Liquid should be able to take. Probably just a B rush. Quick tactic, push from the Big Clan, and Stanislaw's ready with the MP9 to farm up some kills and get some money on their account.
Ooh, through the smoke. Stanislaw can open us up, finds that first. Now the rest of Big going to come charging into the might of the MP9. It roars to life, and oh, Stanislaw just mops them up. Kiev, the last man left, only with his Glock in his pocket, and there we go. Twist finishes him off. It's always risky saying the phrase Glock in your pocket. It can very easily go the wrong way, but Liquid, they're going to be able to get themselves that third round. Fire going to come in for Big. We've actually somehow lost the HUD on our screen. So Risk going to try and fix that one.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's not working.
You know, it's all good.
It's
IT
fine.
technician Risk. All
right. I'll put it over to Harry to try and fix this. See if he can fix it. Get the IT support in. Twist. Picking up the first one with the FAMAS. This is a very important round as well for Big Clan to get this, to get that first round on the board. On the other side of things, Liquid, they have the situation where it's kind of a bonus round since they have 2 MP9s. So if they win this one, they're just going to keep bolstering their economy and get it rolling even more. And then probably in the next buy round, if they're not dead, they're going to switch out these MP9s. But this time around, they just see what they can do with it. Play close. See if they can trade 1 for 1 and then let the rest of the team. JDM was also still on the scout, so this essentially 3 bonus weapons and only 2 full buys. Nexus on 26 HP, so he could also go down as well. Let's see what way they want to throw the execute. Bomb is being picked up by Tabson. And it's looking like either the play down towards Pop Dog or then Legia opening up towards that B bomb side and faking with smokes out towards A. I think it's going to be the latter of those two. Legia, AK-47, same as the rest of his team. Got B already gone down, so definitely controlling the troops from his grave. Smokes are coming in now towards that B bomb site, and the hit is imminent.
Yeah, rushing on in, that MP9 roars to life once again. Luckily enough, fully flashed. Kiev, he's going to deliver, finds himself 2. Hops down, Legia going to get 1 more. And now we're into the 2-on-2. Kiev completely looking the wrong way. Going to fall at the hands of Alige. Legia left 1v2. Alige comes rushing on in and finishes that one off. All on his own.
Hey, defuse timer.
We've got it. Look at that.
We have the technology, Harry. It's arrived.
I mean, they got a little man in the corner, right? It's like, you know, they can get the little man, but they didn't get the defuse. And now we finally got it.
That's something that I like. The fact that like the production crew sees, okay, this is something that we don't have, definitely we need this. So they fix it over time instead of just saying, nah. They actually did something. That's always nice.
They actually did something. Wow. Okay.
No, that was not comparison. Like, that was comparison to other people in esports. Won't name any names.
It's all good. We've made the decision that you're an arse and we don't want to work with you anymore. But JDM and Stanislaw there, the 2 on the AWPs. Already Alige going to bite the Dutch. Stanislaw takes that peek and is going to come up last in that duel. Gets tagged. Down at 15 HP. Already man advantage up for Big. They're going to be stacked up outside the B-bomb site, ready to push on in. Stanislaw, as we said earlier, tagged down at 15 HP. Force back with the AWP, just going to be holding the angle. If he finds one here, that's going to be all fine for him. Gets flashback. They're going to be allowed to take the cross. Takes that first. No trade in sight for Big. And at this point, gets a little bit more damage in through the smoke. Kiev ain't looking too healthy now as he's tagged down at 15 HP.
He's just trying to hit the shots with the smoke, but apart from that first one, nothing is connecting. Secondary smoke goes down, but the Tyrants have already made their way in towards the bomb site. Gobi here with the AK-47 behind his smoke. Let's see if he can make this happen. Sees the first one, does not connect. All on Kiev and Legia. Picks up the first one, double trade. Nitro on 15 HP. Taps the bomb. And Kiev and Legia make it happen. 2v4. Still get it going. And that's the first round on the board for the Big Clan. And yeah, pretty nice, finally getting on the board. But the question is now, the economy on the CT side is very strong, so it's going to be hard for them to get back in.
It's like they've got their first. Nitro going to be relegated out of that MP9, grabs the extra utility, but we've seen Liquid make some magic happen with this as JDM and Stanislaw are going to try and take the peak, and it's going to be JDM to open up. Finds that first out on the next. Already that man advantage taken here for Liquid, a commanding start to this round. And you look at it, they've already expended a hell of a lot of utility. 2 incendiaries left, 2 smokes as well. Can keep Big at bay for just that little bit longer. Speaking of bay, look at JDM right now. He stood in this location, holding down the angle, going to be able to find one and then just fade away back into the site. Legia does not see that one coming, and JDM hasn't actually fallen back just yet. Let's end up hopping down. 2-man advantage now for Liquid. They're looking good into this round, and tabseN, well, he's the man you'd want to step up. Takes that first peek in, bypasses Stanislaw, dodges and ducks and weaves around the smoke. It's got B to find the first frag. Stanislaw does find damage, but that's going to be it. Alige instead answers back with 2. And now it's just tabseN. 1v3, bomb dropped in the site, sneaking up to his right. Going to be Twist who finds the frag. Liquid in with their 5th.
Really like that. It wasn't a retake, but the way that they kind of like went back into that B bomb site. They had at all times they had Nitro still in the back, making sure that, let's say if Aegean goes down, he could push in and get the flank in. But there was actually no need for Nitro to push in, so he just held the angle, made sure that they couldn't rotate back towards the A bomb site. It's a very passive way of playing that retake with one player playing in that position, but they make it work nonetheless. And Team Liquid looking quite good here. Of course, CT side of train, we expect them to get, let's say, a 10-5 half, so 5 rounds already on the board. Big. Not going to be investing too much into this one. Actually, next on 1400 after buy. And the loss bonus isn't going to be as huge, so next might be going for UMP 45 next round. 5-1 for Liquid, as we probably would expect. Taking the big lead here in the beginning. Big will probably need a bit of time to warm up and get that whole thing going. But the T side, they can be very impressive, and I'm sure that they're going to be picking up at least like 4, 5, 6 rounds on this T side.
He's getting a bit hot and heavy for Keeve as he gets forced back by the molly. The rest of the guys from Big, well, already. Oh, B's worked his way down into the site. Stanislaw can't actually find anything. He said it's Alige to step up. Does the smash of Legia as he tries to rejoin his German father there within the site. Nope, JDM going to go to behead Gobi, and now it is just tabseN and Keeve left. But tabseN's worked his way into the back line. That's not what we're used to seeing from tabseN as he misses those opening shots. Keeve darting around the train. He's somehow still alive. Finally, Nitro able to find him. But tabseN's going to fall at the end. Liquid. They're onto their 6th right now. Big. They are trailing behind.
And this is the problem I was talking about, because Legia and Nex both were in a situation where if they didn't buy anything into that last round, they could have like gotten a decent buy out of this round. But instead, they are going for the pistols, if I'm not mistaken here. And yeah, it's going to be pistols utility, and then they're going to do the full buy next round.
Scary prospect right now for Big is that neither tabseN nor Nex are really having much of an impact. And currently sitting at 8 rounds in. Normally we're used to seeing a much more explosive performance from these players. Big,
Yes.
going to be stacked up over in A main. I have players watching B. That's going to be Nex there, while the rest of the guys now begin their assault out towards A. They don't account for Alige, who is over in Pop Dog, firing shots into the back of Big. Keeve will fall. It's just Nex, the lone B player, to fall to his death. Liquid, they're in with their 7th. Looking very good right now on this CT side. A Big player not really delivering the performance we'd expect to see just yet.
This is where Big needs to come in and grab another round, because of course Liquid have had 2 rounds in a row now that has been rather easy. Just against pistols, they've had good time cleaning those up, but now comes the real test. We have Keeve on an AWP, not with a lot of utility. The rest of the team on AKs and full utility, so this is where Big Clan needs to step it up and get around in, and I would love to see them do a fully execute towards the outside. We know that's something they're very good at. If they can get tabseN in to get that control towards Pop Dog. Actually, it's Keeve with the AWP, takes down Nitro to begin the round. And there we go. Good start. Now just need to go back into their default, get the smoke set up, make sure that the CT cannot push him in like Ivy, like JDM is actually holding right now. And then set up the smokes for a big play. JDM shuts down tabseN on. That's a problem if you allow the CTs to push out of Ivy and hold that position when you want to rotate or throw smokes from T-spawn. You're just getting caught. Now, the setup for the B push the terrorists. Twist is rotating in their back though. We can see him on the map here.
Twist going to get so much information from this as he clears out. A main quickly discovers that no one is there. That's allowed that rotate to come in from JDM and Alige already. So there's a 3-man stack inside the B-bomb site. That nade should find some good damage. Does hold them back. It's the Molotov instead to wreak some havoc. And Alige, we've seen him do some serious damage on this aggressive play in towards the site. JDM somehow connects that shot. Legia able to answer back. This is where Alige pounces out, able to take the first. Next is the man to try and trade, which he won't. Elige is on fire. Now it's just Keeve left in a 1v3.
Oh no.
This is that opener defuse coming on in. And Keeve
There's no chance.
is already opted to save in this one. Gets completely shut down, locked out the site. Liquid, they're in with an 8th.
That's a sick round from Elige. The timing of his pushes as well, on point, 100% on point, because he uses the kill coming in from JDM to kind of lure the terrorist towards the other position, then he can push in, get the low HP player, and then just challenge on the H-Dog angle on towards the bomb train. And that's why Elige is one of these like NA players who have such a sick individual level. And I could see going far, not only with Team Liquid, but also, let's say, 1 or 2 years in the future. Standard smoke coming out from God B.
Oh, those odds just got even worse for Big. I didn't think it could, but here we go, Keeve. He's waiting over in A main. JDM's taking the aggression over in B. In the meantime, it's also going to allow Stanislaw to start his aggression up. Has support from JDM, holding the angle. That's Legia. B's there to try and help Keeve. Opens up. They're going to lose Legia, though, in response over towards B. And at this point, Liquid can ease off just a little bit. Stanislaw's tagged low. He falls back. They leave JDM to wait and see if any aggression comes through from the big boys.
That's a nice way of playing that. You have that double setup where you go peeking one with the M4, get the frag, instantly rotate back, but you still have the AWP in a very advantageous situation. So you can see the terrorists actually before they do the execute, and you get so much information out of that AWP play. The rest of the team can actually all play A, because now JDM sees this. They have the information that something is going on. And yeah, he's still on the side, still alive after picking one up. This is advantage after advantage towards Liquid.
So Big, they've got a man down. 2 players making their way in towards main. They've locked Tabson, holding over towards Popdog. Keevan next. And the players starting this assault. Stanislaw and Elige holding A main. Already they've lost next. Now it's Keeve to try and take one in return. Elige is forced back. It's going to mean that Tabson can dart through Pop if he would like, but it looks like they might try playing for B here. JDM starts his retreat. Tabson. Oh, JDM misses that one. Always misses the easy shots. And now that's just the way it is sometimes. Tabson going to get legged. He was fully flashed that time, and he still manages to do the damage. The bomb plant will come in. Tabson able to find one. Keeve takes one more before they do lose Tabson. Now it's just Keeve left in the 1v2.
Has a Molotov. No smoke in the CTs.
JDM's in the site. Pete comes out, but Twist is quick on the trigger. Liquid, they're going to go up 9-1. They're looking impressive right now. And Big, they have very little to answer back with. Only one round. The timeout finally called in for Big. That tactical pause is going to be used, albeit perhaps a little bit too late. As we look down the line of big boys, look, God B going to be communicating with the rest of the gang.
Yeah, and Team Liquid are looking so good on train lately.
I think that's some tissue to cry with, based on this performance.
Cry is free.
Hoping that we can see these guys step it up just that little bit more.
One thing we have to take into account as well is that Team Liquid on train are insanely good. We saw them not too long ago in the online EPL season where they beat even SK on train. That's a pretty big thing to do. And now 9 up to the 1 of Big Clan as we are resuming the game. AWP and Keeve once again. Same as JDM, full setup.
Real issue is now, when you look over at Liquid, right, they've got so much cash in the bank. JDM with 10 grand, Elige, Twist there, both on around 7,000. Big, they've got so little to work with. They're only making their way over towards A. The Molotovs come raining in to keep them at bay. JDM on the bomb train. Going to be holding over towards Pop. Has Twist aggressive. They're going to lose God B. Twist, he's going to be able to find that first. Goes back for more next. Does at least get the trade. Keeve holding it close. Spots the shadow there. The feet as well, but goes in with the Glock for some reason. Lands the quick flick though. The JDM instant on the return. Liquid are looking good, and Big, well, they're looking rusty. It's been a huge performance thus far from Liquid.
Yeah, and it's hard to see how Big can kind of come back into this, because at this point they're just losing duels.
I mean, you say that, right? And then you look at Mount Sports yesterday on train.
Yeah, they could have a good CT
I think, you know, we wrote them off fairly quickly, and then they pulled that back. So there is still time here. Big are...
It's always time. It's CS. You can always come back.
Big are a very resilient team as well. but with how Liquid are playing, I think it's just been a lights-out performance from these guys.
But then again, the difference is from our sports, the individual players, in my opinion, are a bit more skilled than these players on Big right now. Not taking any away from Big, they're really good, but I think individually, Mousesports a bit stronger team. Team player-wise, Big are better than Mousesports. So getting a comeback rolling, of course, depends on you being able to win these duels. And let's see JDM trying to win one. Casually takes out God B. Smoked off, but still no access to the site for the T's. Actually does get down to the site.
He's locking it down, has support from Twist, but Stanislaw puts a stop to the madness. He's going to go in with 3. And Big, they just get picked apart there. Defuse comes in, Liquid, they're going to get themselves the 11th round on the board. I mean, Big, they've been celebrating every night, but this isn't cause for celebration right now. This is a crisis.
This is a big crisis. In this round, of course, they do get what they want. They get this bomb down. That's the whole thing in this round. That's the whole accomplishment. But if you look at the scoreline right now, they don't really need money. They need rounds on the board. They can have enough. They can have enough buy rounds, but if they can't convert them into anything, then it doesn't really matter that you can get the bomb down in an eco round. So 11-1. Big Clan, they need this round desperately to get something going. They need some kind of positivity in their lives right now because it's all looking tough at this very moment.
JDM once again is taking this aggression over towards B, holds it aggressively with the AWP. I mean, he knows he can take these challenges. No one's even been answering back. When you look at it, right, we've got God B and Nex both on 2 frags, Tabson with 3, and we're 12 rounds into the game. That is not a stat I thought we would ever see. Right now, Big, they are not looking like the Germans we're used to seeing.
No, definitely not the Germans we saw at the Major. Because it's almost like a different team in this, at least the first map, or the first half of this, compared to the Major, where they looked very impressive.
Going to be flashing out towards Ivy, nice. Does hit the mark on a twist. Tabson opens up, now he gets himself his 4th frag. Smokes off Stanislaw, they're going to try wrapping. I was going to say through CT, but instead they force through the smoke. That's going to be Tabson to hit the deck, and now Alige is in the back line. Good night, Kiev. Got BNX in the 3-on-3. Maggie is going to be here as well, starting to wrap round from behind and rejoin the rest of the guys out on A. Next gets caught out in the open by Alige, who's just looked on fire. Continues his reign of terror, but got B does put the boy to bed. Bombplant going to come on in. Molotov out. Like, yeah, things get a bit toasty, forces him out into the open. Finds that frag on a Stanislaw and JDM. He might have looked good over on B, but now he has to step up on the A bomb site. Leggy is on 5 HP, gonna fall to the P250, takes that peek out. Got B knows where JDM is. Just has to play for time here. Bomb isn't planted in the best location for God B. JDM clearing all the angles. God B sneaking in from behind, gonna go ahead and smoke off the bomb. Could try and stick the defuse, but God B on the flank. Finds that frag, and finally Big, they get themselves a 2nd round. The issue being now, though, is they could have just lined themselves up for the reset into the last round of the half here.
I really like the opening that they have towards Ivy. Just the way that they play in, let's say, a small duo and just flash out for each other. That's how you need to take control of the Ivy position. They do get the first kill, and then they get a bit over-aggressive and try to push with the smoke to get in towards that bomb site, where they should probably just have stood their ground and waited for the whole execute for the whole team. But they actually make it work in the end, due to some individual actions in the last 2v2. Very nice play coming out for God B, deciding to go with the flank. Always the right call in that situation, especially when JDM is with an AWP in that 1v1. So good stuff coming out for Big Clan. We just need to see it in consecutive rounds. And that's the challenge now. For them to get the last 2 rounds in, get an 11-4 or 4-11. They do have the money this one. JDM flashed out. Leggy are going to win that opening duel against Stanislaw. JDM trying to edge this in.
Gonna be holding the angle, JDM. Lies in wait, just gonna smoke it off, play this one safe. Have that player down and pop. He's gonna be holding it, that is Alige. He's been playing this angle very aggressive. They haven't had to deal with him out on A. And it has been very strong when it comes to these B takes. The thing is, when you look at it, you got Tabson waiting down in Ivy. Suggests they could try faking out towards this B bomb site or have him wrap in late to deal with the rotations off of this A bomb site. But the thing is, right now, Alige is going to be shooting up behind them anyway. JDM looking like he wants to try and take this aggressive peek, and he could work out this fake on that basis alone. Spots Legia running back, the information gained for Liquid.
Twist is in our position right now. Alige is going to hold this.
Yeah, Alige, He could be the linchpin. He's been so strong in this. What's going on? A little bit of an error there made down, and Pop Dog Twist instead has to step up and hold the site. Elise finds one, flicks back to Legia, but Legia doesn't take the trade. And now Twist holding the Shamold. Helgot B gonna fall at the hands of Nitro. Legia and Kiev, they're the two that are left. 2v3, man advantage here for Liquid. No time left. That will be Liquid in with their 12th. Legia could go down after the time. And that is really going to impede this big economy. They save up the AWP on Key, but he's going to have to step up in such a huge manner in this round.
Twist played that position really, really well. If you want to like learn from pro players and how they position themselves around the map and while they're taking, like what duels they're taking, you should watch a demo of Twist, because even though he's just a young player, I think his situational awareness and his aim is on point. And the way that he just takes the first frag, then rotates down to hell, holds that position, dances back and forth, takes the advantageous duel when he can, and then just holds back and waits for his teammate to rotate in. That's a perfect way to play that position, and I'm always impressed by this player. As Liquid are about to maybe make this 13-2, but no, says Keefe, takes out Nitro. Good stop. They still only have 2 weapons and then pistols on the big clan side, so it's going to be a rough one despite getting the opening.
JDM in with the aggression. Gonna lose a leash. JDM finds one, but they're gonna be pushing all around. Twist there reinforces, but JDM, the ladder, gets hot as well. Keith picks up that frag with the Molotov, and now it's the 2-on-2. Legia will fall as Twist. He's been really stepping up inside this A bomb site, keeps them at bay. Keith left 1v2. Stanislaw wrapping. But Twist, he's the man you need. Liquid in with their 13th.
He's so good at utilizing the map to his advantage. And it's very nice to see someone utilizing these different trains for his own peaks, just dancing back and forward between them.
Yeah, and the reason I think to go a bit more in depth as to why that's so significant is the fact, if you can utilize the map to essentially turn every engagement just into that one-on-one, that's how you got to play, and that's what we're seeing look so strong right now from Twist. 14-4 on the scoreboard. Yeah. And having that few deaths along with so many frags, it just kind of shows you how well he's been able to take these engagements. Everyone is in his favor.
Exactly, and that's how you that's what you got to do on a CT side when you have terrorists pushing in. You got to utilize these different structures on the map to kind of pick apart the terrorist team and make sure that they can push it from 2 different angles, and that's how you do it, and that's how Twist has done it so far. Let's see if he can go on the other side and take some great duels there as well. 13-2 is the first half score. Keith has actually been looking okay. Yeah,
I mean, I said Kiva to step up, but that was providing that Tamsin and Nex do as good as usual.
And now Tamsin and Nex are sitting on the bottom of the scoreboard.
I mean, the scoreboard almost looks inverted, right? Like, usually we expect to see, I mean, no offense to them, but they are the most inconsistent, kind of Legia and Kiev more towards the bottom, but they're the two really trying to lift this up. Yeah. Into the pistol we go. Big, well, what have they bought? It's almost armor across the board. Gobby, he's the man.
Smoke and Mollo on Nitro here.
Yeah, the smoke and the Molotov, to me, suggests the B play. I think they might hold for the default, wait and see if there's any aggressions come out from Big, but having the one smoke allows you to get that bomb out into the site. You can smoke off the ramp position and push on in. Have the molly for the after plant as well. Spotted Legia out.
Yeah. Now they're going back from the default. The mid-round call has been made, and it looks like a B hit as you predicted. Let's see what kind of smokes... What kind of smoke position they want to utilize, what kind of mollo position. Still 55 seconds to go, so they can take their time. Don't have to execute until the clock hits like 30-25.
Yeah, they're going to be waiting outside of that B bomb site. Big, they've got 2 players here. And it's going to be Tabson. And Gobby push ready to come on through. Smoke falls. Going to block off the vision on ramp, as we said. Tabson watching the cross now. They're just going to push through their own smoke into the line of Tabson, who manages to find the first, but Nitro's quick on the trade. Gobby's been locked out the site. Ooh, nice quick flick. Next going to chime in with one more. Now it's Nitro and Stanislaw left in the 2-on-4. Stanislaw, bit of a bullet magnet there. Doesn't need to take the aggression, but does so. And now Nitro left in this 1v4, not looking too good for him. Defuse tap, gonna end up sticking that. The man with the kit, gonna be on it. That's got B, and Nitro, he's just been locked out the site, can't get anything done. And that's big to secure the pistol round at least. From here, they can try and forge their comeback. Look at this panning shot up through the... I don't know what kind of tree that is.
Hashtag production value. There we go. But yeah, 13-3. Still a possibility, as we discussed early on in the game, even though Team Liquid look pretty solid on this CT side. Big Clan, they have players who can step up on this CT side as well. So comeback is definitely not impossible, but it is unlikely that they take this one. But anything can happen in a game CS. That's the beauty of it. Nothing is decided until the end. Good Molotov there. Cancels out Nitro. And Twist picks up one with his P250. Actually,
like
Nitro
this.
does get a frag.
Bomb going to come on in. Next is in the site. Does land some damage out. Tabs and tries to turn things around. Legia answers with one more. Now it's Stanislaw and Twist. Left in this 2v3, but I mean, they got the bomb plant in that first round. Now they're going to get it here. The buy in the next round going to be looking very strong. They've done a lot of damage too. Stanislaw goes charging in. Won't be able to deny the defuse. Does find one though before he goes down.
That's fine. That's 3 kills.
Lots of damage. They only invested in the pistol. They've got so much money. We can actually see the AWP come in. Would have to be a glass cannon. Buy comes in for both sides. No AWP in sight for either. It's just going to be rifles across the board. Utility invested in for Liquid. Looks fantastic. They've got the extra money. Elige being the only man who's a little bit limited. But you look over at Big, as a result of those 2 casualties, Legia, he's got no utility into this round. So he's going to try and take the aggression as a result. Has nothing to lose in terms of that utility belt. Gets flashed in, but doesn't spot anything right away. So now going to start to retreat down through Ivy. Here's the pop flash coming from Liquid as well, so it's going to send him reeling back.
So right now, Liquid spread out and their default bomb is still dropped towards the T-spawn. As they're trying to get an opening. Usually you want to try and get that opening, try and get that run boost over towards Ivy. See if you can get anything done. Stanislaw's actually walking in here. Trying to get stuff done. Peeks out. Does a bit of a spray. Forcing Big Clan to focus on this Ivy area. Right now there are 4 players outside on this A bomb side. This could mean that Liquid, their plan is actually to hit B at a certain point. Key rotates back into the B bomb side to not spread as we usually see it. 2 on B, 3 on A. And Team Liquid still haven't shown any of their cards yet. And that's something that I think comes back to Zeus, the coach, that they like to do this kind of like drawn out, well executed strats toward either bomb site, especially here on train where you can wait until that 20-second mark, 25-second mark before you run into the bomb site. And here we go.
Stanislaw finds the opener up on top of the trains. Got B, rains down death. Finds himself 2, make that 3. Got B, steps up. Now it's Tabson and Keeve left alive. Make that just Keeve. Tabson's going to fall. And now, the man we're so used to seeing with an AWP in hand has to try and clutch this out 1v2 with the M4. He's been the man stepping up for Big in these rounds. But now he's got to do this. Wrapping around to his left. That's going to be Nitro. Spots the shadow, but Nitro's quicker on the trigger. Liquid in with a 14th. And this round could not have been more important for Big. They've got no money to invest here. Now they have to make that awkward decision. Do they go for the buy? So they try and invest in a little bit more next. Doesn't really make any sense to. They don't have enough money to buy up in the next round, even if they did save. So they're going to have to force buy down what they can. And ultimately, it's not that much.
It's always weird to see a team like Big Clan, which you always, like, when you think of the team, you think, okay, they're a really team-based, tactical team. And in these kind of rounds, it's only off the back of individual results, like Goldbeast 3K there. That's the only thing they got during that round, and that's not what we expect to see from them. We expect to see like 1 kill from each player because they play so well off each other, mesh so well as a team, and play so strategically. And that's just not what we're seeing right now. Liquid are very good at cancelling out the initial game plans coming in for Big, and it's working out for them. 14-4 speaks its own clear language. Once again, Liquid out in the default, trying to get something done at Ivy. Keeve this point in time, just holding a defensive angle, trying to get something done with the CZ75, rotates back. And once again, they're contesting Ivy and forcing the big players to kind of focus on that area because that's the only thing they've seen so far. That allows the other parts of the map to kind of open up. We see Nitro taking control over this area as well. Elise trying to battle with God B. And it actually happens. Through the floor, Nitro picks up one on Tabson as well, and this is opening up the B bomb site completely because they still have 2 players looking towards Ivy. Legia is rotating now, but Keeve and Nex are so far away from this B hit.
He is the one man who stands between them and B. Only has the deke. Now he doesn't have a face, as Alige will gladly rip that off. Stanislaw shuts down the rotating players. Next is the last man left. And he's going to fall. Map point now for Liquid, 15-4. The last time we saw these two teams play here, it was on day one, and it went 16-14. Liquid just managed to win that one out. And this time, well, Liquid have struck back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Big Clan are probably already thinking about the next map now, and how they're going to take a victory in that, and then bring it on to the third. It is the best of 3, though. So there's still a chance, always a chance, with that second map coming in. Big should be way better on that. The problem is that Train is actually a good map for Big in general, so I'm expecting to see more, but it hasn't happened yet.
Next in Legia, they've got the scout up into this round. Dig on Kiev. They're going to be waiting. Big could still try and make their way back into this. It's not looking likely, but these guys are strong on these 4 spies. Only issue for them right now is Tabson's alone inside the B bomb site. That looks like where Liquid have their sights set. 3 players here. Stanislaw holding the backline, push up through Ivy. Nitro as well lining up. Smoke for A. Still the potential here for Liquid to double background and hit this A bomb site, which they could very well do.
And that's something that Liquid are very good at, just taking their time. Stanislaw winning the duel because Legia peeks out. Yeah, they're just walking slowly around the map, making sure that the CT's kind of pushing. Stanislaw has now taken a bunch of control towards Ivy. He's already gotten into this position where he can take the duel against Keith, who comes in from the back line, just takes him out easily. And now this opens up the entire bomb site. Tapton still has to hold B because they cannot leave B alone. That leaves 2 players on this A bomb site. Gobi's going to win one duel here, and that's nice because he can rotate back into the smoke, but he's still in a bad position when the terrorist decides to come in. They see him, they take him out. Only Nex on this bomb train right now. Tapton coming in from the connector. They know where one of them are. And this is pretty much goodbye. And Liquid going to take it 16-4, Harry.